On Wednesday, the 31st of July, 2024, Ismail Haniyeh, the head of Hamas's political bureau, was assassinated in the Iranian capital Tehran. He was killed at 2 a.m. local time in what Iran says was a targeted Israeli strike. Israel has a long history of killing or trying to kill senior Palestinian leaders. They also rarely claim responsibility for the killings, though they usually don't deny their role. Here's a look back at who some of them were. July 1972, Gassan Canaani. One of the most prominent Palestinian poets and authors, Canaani was also a spokesperson for the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. He was assassinated by Mossad in Beirut along with his 17-year-old niece when a grenade connected to his car was set off. April 1973, Kamal Adwan. Kamal Adwan was one of the top leaders in Fatah and the PLO. He was killed during an Israeli raid on his Beirut home in an operation that was led by Ehud Barak, who later became Israel's prime minister. April 1988, Khalid al-Wazir. Khalid al-Wazir was one of the co-founders of Fatah. He was also a top aide to former PLO leader Yasser Arafat. He was shot dead by Israeli agents at his home in Tunisia. September 1997, Khaled Meshaal. This was a failed attempt on Khaled Meshaal's life, but it's worth noting. He was the political leader of Hamas at that time. Back then, Benjamin Netanyahu was also the prime minister of Israel and gave the orders to assassinate Meshaal while he was living in Jordan. He was injected with a toxic substance by Mossad agents, but they were captured. And following an intervention by then US President Bill Clinton, the Israelis supplied the antidote, which saved his life. July 2002, Salah Shaheen. Shaheen was a Hamas military leader and one of the founders of the Qassam brigades during the Second Intifada, which is the military wing of Hamas. Israeli forces dropped a 1-ton bomb on his house in Gaza City, killing him and 14 civilians. March 2004, Sheikh Ahmed Yassin. Sheikh Ahmed Yassin was the founder and spiritual leader of Hamas. He formed Hamas along with a group of other leaders in 1987 during the First Intifada. He was assassinated by missiles fired by an Israeli helicopter as he was being wheeled out of morning prayers in Gaza City. April 2004, Aziz Rantisi. Following Ahmed Yassin's killing, Aziz Rantisi, a co-founder of Hamas, was named as their new leader in March 2004. He was killed by an Israeli helicopter missile less than a month later in Gaza. January 2010, Mahmoud al-Mabhouh. Mabhouh was the chief logistics officer for Hamas. The Israeli Mossad are widely believed to be behind his assassination, which took place in his hotel room in Dubai. January 2024, Salah al-Aruri. Al-Aruri was deputy chairman of Hamas's political bureau and commander of Hamas's military wing in the West Bank. He was assassinated by Israel in a targeted strike in the Lebanese capital Beirut, along with 2 commanders from the Qassam brigades. Following Haniyeh's killing in Tehran, Iran's supreme leader has vowed revenge against Israel. There's been no immediate comment from Israel, but this assassination heightens the risk of a wider conflict in the region amid Israel's offensive on the besieged Gaza Strip.